Welcome into Deseret News Rewind. Dusty, Litster, Dane, Stewart, as always, presented by Heinemann & Associates. Brought to you by the Utah National Guard, outfitted by Black Clover. And the mental performance is starting to work a little bit better from Riley Jensen Consulting here on the scheduled video. Last week, we flipped a little bit here.
Yeah, I felt bad. I didn't want this thing to be over with a couple weeks remaining, so I thought I'd throw a couple softballs Dusty's way. And Riley, this has nothing to do with this at all, but I'll be giving you a call here shortly. I could use a little mental prep talk. But yeah, I want to keep you hanging around for a little bit.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Line in the weeds. But let's get to the people who did better than us. By the way, I owe one for 2 weeks in a row, Sasquatch Hinder Digit. Wow. I do love that we are the only follow. And his crafted tweet to me, talking about how he had cried to his mom, but he thinks he'd get over. 2 weeks in a row, he's really done very, very well. 7-1 this week,
yeah.
Beating us. That's okay. We're taking care of content.
Yeah, let's be honest. I think everybody beat me this week, Dusty. Yeah. I went a terrible 3-5. And
now you know the shame that I felt last week. I didn't know if I even wanted to do the video a week ago.
Ouch.
Sasquatch Hinder Digit said that he had to talk to his mom, make him feel better. I was talking to lots of people trying to get a feel about who am I? What am I doing with my life? What did I do in the past that did this to me? Week 9, let's get to this. We got 10. I mean, these are really good games.
Yeah.
We're getting into the nitty gritty, but let's start PG at Westlake.
Dusty, this is going to be interesting. Westlake had to come off a loss to Corner Canyon. PG obviously coming off a loss to American Fork. And what's the response going to be from those two sides? Yeah. You look at these two teams that were really good outside of region, and region they've just struggled week in and week out, and going to be looking for an early or maybe only region win the way that Region 4 has been playing this year. I look at Pleasant Grove. I love what their offense did in the early part. Can you get back to that? Westlake, going to be interesting to see what's the mentality coming off of a shellacking to Corner Canyon. Can you just throw that game out, come back, get refocused? I like Ross. I like that Westlake offense, but I think the best athletes on the field are on the PG side of things. I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'll go Pleasant Grove. And one thing I do know is Darius Clemens is going to have a long touchdown catch.
Yeah.
That one is a known. Alta at Timpview. This game potentially played on Saturday.
Yeah. Hey, can I just throw something your way?
Yeah.
Give me just a second here. We have talked about these. These are the Timpview jerseys, and the jerseys that were donated by Pro Look and the TS Tribe, and just want to reiterate our support for Tia, your battle against cancer. Dusty, here's yours.
Oh, absolutely, awesome.
I've got mine, folks. These jerseys were auctioned off. All proceeds going to the Stokes family, and we both were able to win some jerseys in auction. If you didn't get your opportunity, don't worry, you'll have another opportunity. Another auction going to be going up for those jerseys that have not been auctioned off yet. Timpview's still looking for another opportunity to wear these bad boys. Don't worry, neither of these are claimed by players, so everything's good there.
Only reason I got it.
But go support the Stokes family. Just want to reiterate, and Tia, we're both praying for you, our thoughts and our prayers, and hope everything goes well in your battle. Now let's get back to the battle on the field, which is far less important. This Timpview team didn't have an opportunity to play Orem this last week. That game canceled, and I know for Timpview that was one they were circling, they were excited for. This Alta team coming off a tough loss against Lehigh. In my opinion, this is a bad time to play Timpview if you're Alta. I'm going to go with the T-Birds. They got a lot of motivation right now. I think they're really focused. I got Timpview beating Alta.
The hard part is they haven't played for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's kind of the hard part. And Alta coming off a very, very frustrating loss to Lehigh, which they were up in that game. DeAndre Randolph had a big night and everything else. But I'm with you. I'm going to go with Timpview. Again, this game could be played on Saturday. We'll keep you posted. Yeah. And we will have that game for you here on Deseret News Rewind. This game was a classic a year ago. I think it's going to be very good again this year. Wasatch at Salem Hills.
Two teams that I feel like are trending a little bit differently. I know Salem Hills got the win Thursday night, but this does not look like the offense we saw in the first half of the year. Can they get back to that scoring prowess? Because they're going to need it. This Wasatch team, they can move the football, and if there's anything we learned a couple weeks ago, it's how good this defense can be. They can lock you down. They've got players at all levels. I think this Wasatch team having to go on the road is going to be a bit of a challenge, but I got the Fighting Coburns and the Wasps to go down to Salem Hills and get a big victory against the Skyhawks.
That game against Springville feels a little different to me for Salem Hills. They bounced back. I know that a little bit of a struggle there, struggle town against Provo. And man, Wasatch is playing really, really good. I do got to gain games on you though. I'm still 2 games behind you. So I'm going Salem Hills.
Okay.
I'll go Jarrett Elmer and the Skyhawks. That's going to be a good game. Last year was spectacularly
Yeah.
Good game. This one is for all the marbles, for the whole Megillah of Region 5. Box Elder at Bonneville.
You know, Dusty, if we had talked about...
What movie?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites, actually. Hot Ice. Hey, you know, for me, Dusty, if we had talked about Region 5 and who was going to be the champion in Region 5, would we have thought that it had come down to a game of Box Elder versus Bonneville?
No.
No. I mean, I said Bonneville might have a shot to compete, but my goodness, what a year for the Bonneville Lakers this year. We've talked about Shaw. We've talked about, you know, how good that offense has been. And look, they're not going to worry about throwing bombs 40 yards and all this high-powered offense. No, we're just going to be consistent. We're going to move the ball on you. Going to play great defense, which they've done all year long. And that actually goes right to what Box Elder does. It's incredible, right? Box Elder never lets a game get away from them. They always trust their senior quarterback in USU commit Parker Buchanan to get the job done. Can he do it against this Bonneville team? I think he can. But Bonneville was one of my sleepers, man. I got to go with the Lakers, right? I can't give up on you now. Let's go Bonneville.
You know, and I was going to say, you know, you think about the same thing. Box Elder is kind of like the Spanish Fork of the North. Every game is close. Every game's close. They're hanging around. They have some losses. You kind of just scratch your head and you watch them, and they're kind of always there.
Yeah.
But Bonneville at taking care of business every week and a little more high flying. Oh, man, it kind of kills me. I'm going Bonneville too.
Okay.
I was going to go Box Elder. Just can't. Bonneville's got it figured out. I'm going to go with the Bonneville Lakers. Kearns at West.
You know, I know West is looking forward to this game. A couple of an opportunity for them, second year for Coach Solo V, and trying to get that program turned around. He's done a great job. You know, you're going to have to watch for Clarence Butler-Bird in this one. He is a young man that is all over the field, athletic, physical, was dynamic in sevens in the offseason. But I think West just isn't quite there to go up against a really talented Kearns team. We've talked about it, Coach Rickards. It says maybe one of the best ones he's had. Toyev out in that offense. This West defense is going to have something special to limit Kearns. I got the Cougars.
Yeah, I'm with you too. Kearns has played so well, and they are Region 2. If Bieber's 2A, Kearns is Region 2.
Yeah.
That's a new slogan. Let's go Emery at Richfield.
Interesting game here. Two teams that are undefeated in region play. And, you know, when I look at this, Dusty, you ready for a fun fact?
I love fun facts.
You realize that Emery has not beat Richfield since 2012. Been a while. The Cats have had the number of the Spartans. I'm riding with history here. I think that Gavin Brown and Giddings, that dynamic, that duo, going to be too much for the Sparta. I got Richfield.
You know, I don't do this ever. I'll go Richfield.
Okay, I was going to say.
I'm going Emery.
You think you know somebody?
I'm going Emery.
You are?
Yeah, I'll go Emery.
You think you know somebody?
Gotta win somewhere.
Oh my goodness.
This is where they let me down. Lindy's out there.
Emery, do you really want to help a carbon guy? Just think about that.
Yes, they do. Pineview at Dixie.
Interesting game. I mean, Pineview, look, a great win this last week over Snow Canyon. What else do you have left in the tank? I mean, you got to turn around and go play Dixie, who's been one of the dominant teams in this region for a long time. To me, I feel like if you're Pineview, you got to be playing with all-time confidence right now, right? And Dixie had a nice win this last week. They're going to be at home, but I'm going to go with the Panthers on the road to remain perfect in region.
Yeah, I'm with you. This is the original two rivalry game. This is Pineview's game to get. If that puts a little fuel in the Flyboys' fire, so be it. But you got to take care of Takao power, and Takao's got that one.
That.
Let's go. Sorry, I always try to prioritize our games. Lone Peak at AF will be there on Thursday night.
Going to be an interesting matchup. I mean, I'll tell you what, the question for me was, could Lone Peak get after the quarterback against Skyridge? And they did. I mean, I don't know if AF... Coach Beam, what do you have? I mean, what do you do to try to block this front from Lone Peak? They're big in the secondary. They're going to stay with you man-to-man, and they can mix things up back there as well. The pressures they bring, I mean, I don't know how you prepare for that on this sort of a week, in a short week as it is for AF. I know that offense could be electric, but you're going to have to do something and try to give Madsen some time to allow things to open up. I think this Lone Peak offense has been good moving the football, but Dusty, how about this? American Fork last week, their first 3 touchdowns all came on the defensive side, so that AF defense playing a lot better here lately. I don't know that AF gets to 40 points, but I don't know that they necessarily have to against Lone Peak. But I got the Knights. I think it's a statement game for Lone Peak this last week. I'm going to go with the Knights who say nay in slowing down that AF offense.
You know, a year ago I took Lone Peak in this game. I took AF in the championship game, and I lose. No matter what I do, I lose. I'll go AF.
All right.
I'm going to ride with my boy Maddox Madsen, the Carbon County connection. We got to be opposite somewhere. I'm taking that one. Any one of them, I feel like I won't say necessarily a coin flip game. That game is going to be very, very interesting.
Good game.
Yeah. Tanner Gregory ain't walking through that door. I'd feel a little better about it. Corner Canyon at Sky Ridge.
Yeah, boy, Dusty, I mean, a week ago, I might have picked the other way in this one. I was actually thinking about it. I've got a friend down in Sky Ridge says you got to keep picking the Falcons, and it worked well for me. But Mark, man, didn't work for me Friday. This Corner Canyon team playing about as good as anybody. I know some people think this is this program the last 2 years has had some of the best teams ever in this state. I think that Sky Ridge team, a lot relies on McKay Hillstead. What is his health going to be? I'm sure, I think he's probably going to play. I have no reason to go off of that, but wouldn't shock me if he does. But is he healthy? Is 100%? This Corner Canyon defense I don't think is quite at that Lone Peak level, but it's still really good. I'm going to go with Corner Canyon to get a victory. Yeah,
you're not catching me going against Corner Canyon this year. I said there might be a game. Yeah. My game ain't coming. Not yet anyway. Corner Canyon's playing so well. And, they took a hit from Lone Peak.
Yeah.
And they bounced back because the same hit Lone Peak gave Sky Ridge. Sky Ridge didn't quite come back. Corner Canyon did.
Yeah.
And Jackson Dart and Noah Kerr, that whole offense. I always do this. I don't ever talk about Cody Hagan enough. Cody Hagan. And now you got Jet Miney making highlight reel grabs. And it's a three-ring circus over there.
Handley?
Oh, yeah, and Handley. And Handley, all kinds of guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Taggart.
Yeah.
Just keep naming guys. It's just unreal. All right, let's get to our Friday night game of the week. Wah at Weber.
Oh, man. Is this really the game I get to do? I'm excited for this one, Dusty. You have Roy, who's been phenomenal in region play. Haven't lost a game yet. We talk about how good they've been. Parker Kingston, a quarterback, and then you have, Izzy with you, Izzy Gordon, and you've got Cade Harris, all sorts of options for Roy. And look, they don't really look to throw the ball 30, 40 times a ball game. They're going to kind of slow bleed you to death with that running attack. This Weber defense is going to have to be sharp. They played really well that first half against Davis. I know Davis made a late charge in that second half. Got to see the first half of Weber, not the second half of Weber, if they want to defeat Roy and get a victory. This game's going to be at Weber. Love that stadium. It's a great setting. But I can't go against the Roy boys, Dusty. I got Parker Kingston, Gordon, Harris. That defense for Roy is really good too. We talk about the offensive side of Roy, but that defense is really stellar as well. They can't give up 40 plus like they did Davis a couple weeks ago. I don't expect they will. They're going to have a special answer for DeVries and Lindsay and company, but I'm going to go with Roy.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is an interesting one, and Roy's got so many ways to go about it.
Yeah.
Right? So many different weapons, so many ways. There's still that Leighton game that sticks in my head for some reason. But I'm going Roy. I'm going to go Roy as well. I think the Royals are going to cinch up Region 1. Coach Fernandez and crew, they've had a chance to kind of just keep things going. It's getting better every week. We're going to go with Roy. Hit us up on Twitter. Your picks. You beat us. We talk about it. And every week we've talked about people. So there's no reason to think we won't. We'll be able to take care of you. But appreciate all the support that we get and also the interaction too. And excited to bring you all the games this week. We got a lot of them they're going to be streaming this week. But I hope you enjoy them all. And we'll be back here talking about next week's games as well. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us watching Deseret News Rewind, the schedule video.